About to start. Mike's muted. All right, good evening. It's Friday night. You know what that means. It's time the number one sports podcast in the world. Time for Sports4U. Live on YouTube. I'm John. That's Mark. Your retreat is on the way. We're live on YouTube, X, and Facebook. So hit that subscribe button to YouTube at Sports4U Podcast. Like us on X and Instagram at Sports4U Podcast. Like us on Facebook at Sports4U Podcast. Follow me at John Watson 0984 on X and Instagram. Follow Mark on X at HighMark1 and HighMark on Instagram. Follow Nick on X and Instagram at 99Gorilla. It's officially now getting ready in the final stretch of basketball season, and we got some special guests joining us for the first time from the Fact and Stats podcast. We got Ron and Coach D in the building. What's up? Representing the DMV DC in the building. What's up, brother?
Shit, cool. Appreciate you having us. It's Rob in the building. You know what I'm saying? Got Matt D. What's up with you?
What's good, man? Appreciate it. It's an honor for y'all having us on here, man. I can't wait to talk this sports shit with y'all, man.
Coming all the way from DC to LA. What's up, y'all? Underscore facts and stats on Instagram.
Facts and stats on Instagram. Underscore facts and stats on Instagram. Facts and stats 1 on Twitter. All right, let's talk about what we got now. We got some NBA going on right now. We got a game on ESPN right now between the Timberwolves and the Rockets, tied up at 5 each. The Timberwolves right now in the 7th seed. They'd be in the play-in tournament. But the Houston Rockets, they're in the 4th seed at 34 and 21. Obviously, Ime Udoka obviously going to be a prime candidate for Coach of the Year. And Afrin Sengun made the All-Star team. Jalen Green has been balling this year. I'm gonna get our guest start with you, Ron. What have you made of the resurgence of the Houston Rockets this season so far?
That was Rob, just to make sure we got it straight.
Rob.
Nah, you good though. You good.
Rob.
I fuck with the Houston Rockets though. They tough. Amen Thompson. He been balling this year. The glow up is crazy with him. What is this, his 2nd year for real? And you don't see a lot of young players making a mark on that defensive end first. You know what I'm saying? Coming up from that side of the ball, transferring the skills, the handling, and being able to get to the rim. You got the OG of the squad, Fred VanVleet, leading the young boys, Jalen Green and all them. You know they're gonna play defense with Udoka. They're gonna be ready. They gonna be a good team. They still need the right matchup in the first round, though. I feel like everybody want to play them come playoff time just because they're young.
I agree. What you think, Coach? What you think about the Rockets? Coach D, what you think about the Rockets?
Young contenders right now. Coming back. Putting this mix on with All-Star Day. The offensive end, I feel as though he got to do a little bit more to do.
Hold on, Coach. Coach freezing up. Hold on, Coach. You freezing. I'm gonna take you. Get you in another occasion because you're freezing up. So let me bring you backstage right quick and get you back on in a second. Here we go. All right, go ahead again.
Yeah, so the Rockets, for them, I think they young contenders right now. So you got saying going to being the All-Star, you got the Jalen Green, the one putting to be more consistent on that side. You got
you still freezing up, D. You still going in and out.
It's still in and out, so we don't call.
Come out back in.
All right.
Go ahead.
All right. Yo, pause.
Tig is crazy.
Yeah, Tig said, I'm coach you, Mark. We're going to go to Mark. What you making of the Rockets so far, man?
They're a young team, man. It's like they don't know no better. They're in a good position where they're good enough to be in the playoffs, but young enough to not know no better. So they're not playing with no, at this moment, house money at this moment, man.
Yeah.
Like Rob was saying, they got a lot of good players. I think maybe one good veteran player away. I don't know how much. I like Fred Van Vliet, but like he was saying, Amen Thompson is taking that spot right there.
Ooh, and right when we say that Anthony Edwards get a two-handed dunk, I'm gonna say this, and then we'll get into the Timberwolves. Yeah, I'm impressed. I mean, Udoka, look, we all know we didn't like how things went down with him in Boston. You know what I'm saying that wasn't cool, and clearly any team would have been stupid not to pursue him to be their head coach. The Rockets, they made a good decision hiring him, and clearly it's paying off, and it's clearly paying off already in year two. Now, like you said, they're a young team, so obviously, like Rob was saying, somebody's going to play them because obviously we know how young teams do in the playoffs. Obviously, they get there, they excited, they play well, but obviously when it comes to those moments where it starts to become a little bit more on the mental side, the inexperience shows up. But right now, if the playoffs started today, it's them and the Lakers in the 4 or 5. And if I was them, and we'll see, we got Coach D back. If I was them, I wouldn't want to be seeing LeBron James in a 7-game series. I know Udoka isn't intimidated, but those young guys, look, if it had to come down to 7 games, much as talent is on the Rockets,
they would try to put Dylan Brooks on LeBron again. That's just gonna tee him up.
Exactly. So you just gotta I just don't bet against LeBron James in a game 7. And we got an example of him going up against a young team, and when they faced the Celtics that first year, Jason Tatum ball. He had a 40 piece. But in the end, LeBron had a 40 piece too. So, and they got the home court, which will help. But in the end, they need the right matchup. And Anthony Edwards again. Oh, this that one. Let's talk Minnesota. So Anthony Edwards has been. We talked about this on our show Tuesday. Anthony Edwards has been in the headlines because everybody wants him to be the next face of the NBA. And he pretty much said at All-Star Weekend that's really not what he wants to be. He just want to go out there, ball, destroy his opponent, and go home. And he said Wemby should get there. And we'll talk about the sad news of Wemby, and obviously there's a lot of situation theories out there that we can talk about as well. And also some theories out there with the Sixers. We'll get to that as well. But Anthony Edwards has got his 13th tech, which is the most in the NBA. He's 3 more now away from an automatic 1-game suspension. I'll start with you, Rob. How do you feel first about him saying, he kind of like pushing away the idea of being the next face of the NBA?
I fuck with it. I rock with it. The reason why I like that he said it is because not a lot of young people know who they is, right? And Ant Edwards know exactly who he is. And to be the face of the NBA, it come with all type of extra shit. Like Ant Edwards want to be in the press conference with his wife beat on talking his shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he in a rap video. That's how Ant Edwards came up. That's how he want to keep doing this thing. That's what make Ant Edwards comfortable. That's what make him him. And it's like you gonna get your different type of endorsements. He still got the Ant ones coming out, the little SVU commercials, crazy with it when they drop the little commercial. And so he's still gonna have lanes to get money. But to say you want to be the face of the NBA, that damn near come with a Bron type of standard, where it's like you don't want to have shit on your name. You want to be clean cut, help the community, woo, everything in line. You know what I'm saying? Don't make too many crazy statements. That ain't. So I respect that he said it.
I agree. Well, I know how Mark feels about it. We get Coach D in there. What you think about Ant Edwards basically saying, I'm cool being the face, not being the face of the NBA after Bron and Steph and KD go off, and retire.
Being real, man. Being real. Y'all can hear me okay? I'm good.
Yeah, you good now.
All right, man. He just being real. I don't know if y'all seen the clip where, Barack Obama came to him, talking about his game and shit. And he had to tell Barack Obama, hey, man, don't be playing with me like that, cuz. And some people, in America, some people in America might take that the wrong way, so you can't be the face of the NBA, if you come in at Barack Obama, and like, how that shit goes. So, yeah, he's just a real one. I don't see it no type of way, but he is the face of the street NBA or whatever you want to call it. We know who the real face is, the niggas in the street.
That's right. Mark, we talked about this on Tuesday, but go ahead and reiterate what your
I
thoughts
agree.
were.
I agree with both of them. They're both right. What you would typically see as the face of the NBA is clean cut.
Mm-hmm.
Not too many stories about him, except if you're Jordan. You know what I'm saying? So, and staying away from any kind of negative influence, like you said, we see Ant doing interviews with sunglasses on, hat to the back. You know what I'm saying? He doing, he's doing all the stuff that I don't think the NBA would want. Usually, typically, from a face of the NBA, unless this is the route that they're going now. You about to let these players be themselves, and then I think he can embrace that. But until they do that, he's not gonna be that.
I agree, and I respect him in honesty, and him wanting maybe that's just not for me. I know everyone, and like I think it's been said, I shouldn't want something more. Don't it? I shouldn't care about more about something than you don't. So if he doesn't care about being the face in the league, then other people shouldn't either. If he likes just being an all-star, being an all NBA performer, doing the Adidas, doing the commercials for his shoes and all that, and being a good pitch man and everything, that's cool. Being the face of the NBA isn't for everybody. That's why we've only had so many. That's why I only went from Wilt to Jerry West, from Jerry West to Kareem, from Kareem to Magic and Bird, from Magic and Bird to to Jordan, from Jordan to Shaq, from Shaq to Kobe, and the Kobe to LeBron. And now this is where we're finding ourselves wondering who's going to be next after LeBron leave, because obviously we all knew who was the next guy when each of those guys left, because they guys were already they're already in the league. Mm-hmm. But right now we don't see it. And then let's go to what Ant was saying about Wemby. We got the sad news yesterday. He got the blood clot in his shoulder. His season is over. But there's this thought about, can an international player be the face of the NBA? It ain't gonna be Jokic, because he really doesn't love ball. He just wants to go out there, get his triple doubles, go back to Serbia and train his horses.
Right.
Look, if they want it to be Luka, they want it to be Luka, but we don't know what his health's gonna be. Obviously, Giannis is probably his bet is entering that time where he's exiting his prime. So SGA is probably right there, but he's not a real vocal person. He's just go out there and take care of his business. So my question to you guys is, I'll start with Rob. Could an international player be the face in an American sport? We see it with baseball with Ohtani. Obviously, hockey, it's guys like Sidney Crosby. Obviously, you don't see it in football, but in an American sport like football or basketball, could the face of that sport be not from the USA?
It's gonna have to be a special type of foreign player, bruh, because especially what y'all explained, SGA, Jokic, like if anybody should have been a face of the NBA that was a foreign-born player, it should have been Jokic. But we still had Bron in the league. Jokic won one chip. And it's like, my thought process is, to be the face of the league, do you need a championship? Like in every other scenario, like when people was passing that baton that you was explaining, they had chips. So I leave it to D on that question, on that note.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Because the reason why people want Ant was to be the face is because he talked that shit. we want the face of the league to bring eyes, bring more attention, bring more drama to the game where we want to watch the game more, the storyline type shit. So that's why we would want it, but I don't want that.
Yeah. What you think, Coach?
On the international standpoint,
Your camera went out. Go ahead. Okay. We'll get Coach back in a second. Go ahead, Mark.
I think we enter in that time where a foreign player will be the face of the NBA, and they go do that simply on the fact of expanding. We see how the NBA been trying to grow their business and bring in foreign countries and bring in more eyes all across the globe. The best way to do that is let a foreign player be the face of the NBA.
You think they're gonna make Vic?
I don't think it's not out the realm of possibility. But like Rob said, and you saying, it got to be the right one. So who is going to be that one that obviously that has that it factor like LeBron, that had it like that, that had that intensity like Kobe and MJ, had that marketability like Magic. It has to be one of those guys.
Vic to me, and I don't want to pile on because it's a bad time for Vic, but I don't know if he's gonna be the face of the NBA because he don't talk enough shit.
Yeah, he still seem a little, kind of a introverted. I mean, I know you're talking about with Wemby. He still obviously he can talk, but he, like you said, he don't really have that personality. A lot of those guys even all had some type of personality, some type of, kind of killer instinct and everything. But it's just something that we gonna definitely have to see. But let's stick with Wemby right now, because obviously we got this news yesterday that he's gonna miss the rest of the season with this blood clot. First of all, we want to pray that he's healthy and he can come back next year. Obviously, everyone here the blood clot, the first thing they think about was what happened with Chris Bosh. But I remember this happened with Brandon Ingram back in 2018, where it was similar, but they found the blood clot in Brandon Ingram's wrist, and they were able to treat it with blood thinners and everything, and he's been able to have a good career since then. Obviously, he just got traded to Toronto, and then just signed a new deal with the Raptors, courtesy of Clutch Sports. Start with you, Rob. Your reaction to hearing the news about Wemby's season coming to a brief end?
It's tough. Because that boy, he was getting it together. He was already having some type of respiratory problem or something where he couldn't, he couldn't really get in his bag for real. But at the end of the day, he still was out there all-star. Kyrie mixed him up. I thought it was his ankle when they first threw the report out. I thought they was talking about his ankle. Kyrie mixed him up in that all-star shit. But now Wemby, he like that. I'm looking forward to seeing him come back on that court. I'm glad you brought up Brandon Ingram because he came back most improved player. So that's setting up for the big comeback for Wemby. And for real, this will give him some extra time. You know what I'm saying? To do some type of extra workouts on the side. Fuck, not with the shoulder, but with everything. He come back with some more weight next year. Yeah, we're gonna be cooking.
Yep. What about you,
yeah,
Coach?
I'm glad y'all. Yeah, I'm glad y'all brought up Brandon Ingram because that's the first thing that came. That's the first thing that came to mind. Y'all can hear me? I'm good.
Yeah, you're good.
So that's the first thing that came to mind was Brandon Ingram, tall, slinky ass motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Who got to go in the gym, put some weight on him, get right, tune up, and he gonna be back. The only blown to the situation is they just traded for De'Aaron Fox, and they was gonna turn up the Jets in the season, make a run for the playoffs, make some noise. I don't think they was gonna be contenders, but make some noise in the playoffs, and then it would have grew his name a little bit more. And now I feel as though him being out for the rest of the season, it kind of put the hold on Wemby being a all-time name right now in the NBA.
Got the great Nick Freeze is officially into the building. Nick, what up?
What it do, y'all? What it do?
All right, we got Rob right here. We got Coach D right here. We was just talking about Wemby, Nick. We got the news in real time, and we was talking about it in the chat. Give us your thoughts when you got the news about Wemby being obviously, unfortunately, done for the season.
That type of injury, well, can't say it's an injury. That type of condition, it sucks because it can be one of two things. It could be treatable like how it was with Brandon Ingram, or it could be very bad like how it was with Chris Bosh. So, hopefully for him, it's just the Brandon Ingram situation where he can just go ahead and do whatever he has to do and get that taken care of, and he will be all right. Because the Chris Bosh situation is just terrible. You don't ever want to see somebody have to, call their career short because of something like that. But as far as it sucks for the Spurs too because, like you said, they just made a big move to get that trade over there. But I'm pretty sure that was a move that was made. Obviously, goes way beyond just this season because I'm pretty sure they'd have to do a lot of work to get into a good position into the playoffs or whatever. But next year could be the year. And the bright side is that there's a possibility that they could have a low enough draft pick to draft one of these three guys that's coming out next year. One of them possibly could be Cooper Flag. I don't think they're going to be get that high of a draft pick, but you never know. Well, there's other guys out there. Now they have a chance to add some of those great players with Fox and Wemby. That would be dope.
That's a lot of good players in this draft.
It is. It's a lot of good players in this draft.
So that's where I want to go. So obviously we talked about the Spurs probably. This could be like the Tim Duncan year. They shut down David Robinson after he returned from the injury, and obviously they ended up winning the lottery getting Tim Duncan. Here's the thing that's going to be different about this. Everybody's just assuming they'll be as bad to get Cooper Flag. And I learned this morning while I was watching Get Up. What? On ESPN. Pause, relax, dog.
Whoa.
They own the Hawks' unprotected first-round pick.
That's cool. The Hawks they're not terrible, but I guess they could. What's his name just got hurt, right? Jalen Johnson. That's like he's their second best player. He just got hurt. So I peeked them over the past. Yeah, I peeked over the past couple of weeks that they haven't been the same since he's been hurt. But yeah, I mean they could use both if they end up getting two lottery picks, and neither one of them is like in the top three. They can use both those picks to trade right on up.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So they're in a good place, and obviously everybody like I got an interview Cannon saying we wonder what's going to happen with Greg Popovich. Obviously, he's still recovering from that stroke, so hopefully he can get back to coach. We was talking before you came on the show. We was talking about obviously about Ant Edwards. We was talking about the Rockets, but I want you to restate your point. We were talking about how Ant Edwards basically he's cool on being the face of the NBA.
Well, Anthony Edwards, y'all already know when Anthony Edwards got drafted, I was trying to tell everybody that he was the man when everybody was trying to say it was LaMelo. And I was like, nah, this guy is the man. Y'all gonna see. But that's been his whole thing about his whole basketball career. Like he really plays basketball for fun. Like he knows he's good at it, and he really enjoys playing basketball. He's extremely competitive, and that's just how he is. He's not really worried about being the face of the NBA, because at the end of the day, if you peep his demeanor and how he is, he's not going to be the guy that they give that push to. Just off the way that he goes about stuff.
Yep.
As far as being like the official face of the NBA, he'll be one of the guys that's gonna be like talked about like one of the best players, no doubt about it. But as far as being like the guy, nah, he's not gonna be pushed to that forefront. And the reason why is because, in my opinion, he's in the league at a very crazy time. I mean, excuse me, Joker's still not 30 yet. Luca's still young. Giannis isn't 30 yet. So those are the guys right there. Jason Tatum, all those are guys that will get, in my opinion, get the push before he will. And even Wemby, let Wemby start having a team that's like a top four team in the West. When are you gonna get the push too?
Facts. It almost remind me of a
Yep.
AI type situation where AI was bringing it. He had the do rags on, you know what I'm saying, brought the tattoo, the sleeve, and all that shit. They willing to make AI the face, just like they not gonna make Ant the face.
Yep.
Mm.
There's certain things that you do that doesn't really appeal to the all the way corporate crowd.
Facts.
And he'll appeal to us or anybody else that's from those type of areas that have that type of background. He'll appeal to us, but to those corporate crowd, he's not going to really appeal too much. Especially with his I don't give a shit attitude.
Yep.
He doesn't care.
That's what
He doesn't care. All he wants to do is just win. He says what's on his mind. He's a very good leader of the team. He's not afraid to hold himself accountable and his teammates, and to call out people. So sometimes that rubs people the wrong way in the media, at least.
I agree. Um, I want to play something for y'all because obviously everybody's been talking about the All Star game and how bad it was and this and that. We talked about it on Tuesday, and obviously
Uh,
everybody's been marveling over what happened with the NHL with the four nations and Canada winning last night over USA. One of those persons who's been outspoken about criticizing the NBA was PK Subban, the former hockey player who's now NHL analyst for ESPN. I want to play what he said the other day. Now, it started on Get Up, pause, on Monday, where he was
mhm.
criticizing the All-Star game and saying he blaming the leadership in the NBA because there's no George. He stopped, and he said he stopped watching the NBA pretty much after Kobe died and blah, blah, blah. So I want to play, it sparked a debate yesterday on First Take here, Stephen A., Chris Canty, Brian Eno, and this is what,
Before you play, can I just ask a question?
yes,
If you don't watch it, why you got an opinion on it?
good point. Good point. So I want to play. This is a clip of PK Subban the other day on First Take.
Of making athletes greats, all-time greats that aren't the best examples. Stephen A., you want athletes to be educated on this and understand this. They got to understand the importance of showing up to the All-Star game and being on the court. Because you're making 100, 200, 300 million, you should be out there banged up. You should be. That's why we pay you, is to max out. I don't care if you play 50 years. I want your best 10. I want you on the court dominating. I want you to go all out. I want Michael Jordan. I want Kobe. That's what I want in every sport. That's the guy that I follow. You're a different version than that, you don't get my respect.
All right, let's get our guest. Let's get our guest. I let Mark see the video of the show. So I wanted to get you guys' reaction in real time. So I'll start with you, Rob, because I can see where Nick is going. I know where my bro Nick is going. I'll start with you, Rob. What was your reaction to what PK had to say? Oh, let me unmute you. Hold on.
Paul had the jump
Go ahead,
muted. He had some points. He had some points, especially with how the All-Star game been going the last few years. Shit been trash. I ain't even watch it this year. I ain't gonna lie. This probably the first year in about 20, 25 years since I had the chance to watch All-Star games. It's the first one I missed. Cause that new idea, that shit ain't do nothing for me. So I understand what he's saying, but when you go back to Jordan and Kobe, that's when you start getting a little corny to me. And I'm a Kobe fan. So you can't really hold these players to that same standard because it's just a different build. You could tell nobody really built like Jordan and Kobe in the A right now. But if you go and say something, you got to put the name on it. He was talking about Bron the whole time. When he said, "Oh, I don't care if you play for 50
Of
years,
course.
give me your best 10, supposed to be out there." He wanted Bron to play on that injured ankle. But it ain't just about Bron. It's about the leaders like him, Steph, KD, all them. They gotta come out and set the tone to where it's like they out there playing defense, bro. That's what it be. They be out there shooting and dunking and putting on shows, but especially a hockey fan gonna want to see some defense. So I get it.
Mhm.
You
All
muted,
right,
D.
coach. You see how you gotta take?
Yeah, man.
There you go. Go ahead, coach.
That's what it basically come down to, man. Like I feel as though we all at that age where as though we love our defense. You know, we fell in love with defense. So we don't get to see that in the NBA right now. And what PK talking about with hockey, nigga, that's just effort. That's just giving a fuck. Like, nigga, I want to fuck you up on the other side. Like, they lost that in the NBA. Some way, you know what I'm saying? They bring up LeBron, you know what I'm saying, being that friendly type of person, you know, with all the players around the league. And, you know, niggas start getting sweet after that. But it is what it is, man. I got to agree with PK, though. I got to agree with him.
What you think, Nick?
Um, First and foremost, he's trying. I get what he's saying because he did make some good points. But the thing is this, dog. You're comparing apples to oranges. First and foremost, you can't compare because the thing is, if you don't give effort in a hockey game, you're going to get hurt. Like there's no if and buts
Agree.
about it. If everybody's going 40 miles an hour out there, and you're going 20, you're going to get yourself hurt. Let's just put that out there. It's probably the most physical game out there, no doubt about it. That is football. Those are like gladiator sports. You feel me? So you're trying to compare the effort and everything like that to the hockey players. That doesn't make sense for that aspect. Second of all, you said that you haven't watched basketball since Kobe died. And I don't understand that statement either because before Kobe died, he hadn't played for like about almost 4 years. So I don't get what the whole reference was for that, anyways. And then it's like the whole the whole trajectory of basketball is way different now than what it was even just 5 years ago.
Hmm.
So the whole like when they bring up the friendly stuff, players been friendly for years. It's just I don't, so the money changed players, and these guys are going into the league younger. Has a bunch of guys who are like, these are like AAU guys, and former their kids are like former players and shit like that. That's a lot that's going on in the league. So they're growing up with different backgrounds than a lot of these guys did that we're used to watching. And like I said on Tuesday show, basketball, the game of basketball now is for the younger people. You watch basketball to enjoy the sport. There's still players that play defense. They just don't get advertised. There's teams that
Yep.
play defense that doesn't get advertised
Yep.
because they don't have big stars over there that make you be like, we're gonna put the focus on them. Like OKC. OKC is a very good team to watch. If you enjoy the game of basketball, watching OKC is a very good team to watch. But they're not going to be put up there the way the obviously like the Lakers would be, or like Boston, or even like Dallas when Luka was there, or anywhere like that because they don't have, or like Denver because they don't have like Shade doesn't have the same appeal, as far as advertising as they do, and it's a different market. So I don't know. I'm like I'm on the fence with it because I understand what he's saying, but he was saying a lot of bullshit too. That he left a lot of gray area in what he was talking about.
Go ahead, Mark.
Um, I want to start off with basketball is no longer a sport; it's a business now. right? We watch it for the sport of it because we grew up loving it. Um, and so now it's about money and it's about defense is not what's going to draw fans in. It's going to be offense.
Mm-hmm.
So as the older fans hated the 200 points in the All-Star game last year, how many points they scored?
400.
We might have hated because how we grew up, but that's what the NBA wants now. Fans who's casual basketball fans adapts to scoring now, so they like that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, what PK is saying is not completely wrong about the effort, but I tell everybody if you want 90s All-Star game, go back and watch 90s All-Star basketball games. This is not that no more. This is forward thinking, dog. We moving forward, not going backwards. And so and I got turned off that when he brought up the money wise. I don't know what hockey players make. What's the most
They don't
amount?
make nowhere close to that. Nowhere close.
So, Windhorst said this morning on First Take that probably Connor McDavid is probably the number one player in hockey. He's probably making what the ninth man makes in the NBA right now.
Cool. And so I feel like a lot of that comes from hate and I think that's where that's coming from. If you like basketball, you just like basketball. I don't care how much LeBron make. I don't care how much anybody else make. If you like basketball, you like basketball. That shouldn't matter. But I feel like now we starting to compare the contracts and hockey players play a certain type of way versus what basketball players do. Like you said, it's apples and oranges. And that, like you said, he won Kobe. Pause. That's crazy. Go back and watch the games. They still there. You can go on YouTube all day long and watch it.
Mm-hmm.
But this the way the basketball is going, no more, dog. We have to get rid of that.
I can't agree with you no more, brother. I get what PK Subban is trying to say. But he's also basically being a person in the moment because let's be real. The NHL hockey All-Star game wasn't all that for years. I don't watch hockey like that. NHL All-Star, I know for a fact Nick's a big hockey fan. The NHL All-Star game was pretty much as bad as the NBA All-Star game until they worse. Pretty much, yes.
It was worse. It was way worse.
I get PK. Obviously, all the hockey community they're poking their chest out right now because obviously they won. He's Canadian. Full disclaimer. They beat USA.
Yep.
They beat.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And we all saw what happened in the Saturday game where there was 3 fights before in the first 9 seconds.
Yeah.
You had was it Canada or US booing? Was Canada booing the national anthem?
Yeah.
Come on. That's true hate. Now, and we discussed this. Now, everyone's been saying this about why don't they go to NBA versus Team USA versus the world in the NBA All-Star game. I just think the NBA don't want to do it because I think they're afraid of some of them dudes might get exposed. Because I heard Wilbon say this morning, he pitched this idea to David Stern 15 years ago. God rest his soul, and he turned it down. And he pitches it every year for Adam Silver. I give you they put a top 5 for Team USA versus the world. So the top say like Bron, Steph, KD, Jason Tatum, and who the 5th person they had in there? Probably Ant. And then it was Jokic, Giannis, Luka, SGA, and Wemby.
That's tough.
3 7-footers. You want to consider Giannis a 7-footer? You know Giannis not a 7-footer. 3 7-footers.
That's tough.
We don't have a guy who's always. I mean, Durant 6'10". We don't have a guy who's 6'11", who's at least 6'11". Durant is really 7 foot, but he never want to claim it. But we'll have a conversation.
They don't want to get exposed.
Yep.
Because I think we watch the Olympics. These dudes, when it comes to playing for their country, it's like Game 7 of the finals for them.
And I think if they do that in the next couple of years, I don't know how the American players will be once LeBron leave, KD, Steph. Like that'll be tough for the U.S.
And we're gonna see because when the Olympics is out here in 28, we gonna get our answer. Let's talk the rest of the NBA going forward. And and obviously we got an Eagles fan here, so I want to get his thoughts on. Hey, Coach D, were you an Eagles fan too?
No, sir. Indianapolis Colts over here.
So you Commanders.
Indianapolis Colts. Nah, I saw my father cry too many Sundays to be a Commander.
Okay, so good. We got to diverse. So obviously, yeah. Go ahead. Say it again. You say your father's a Colts fan?
Yeah, Indianapolis Colts fan. My shit fucking up.
So that
I can hear you.
Okay.
So okay, what y'all fuck with the Colts, sir? Man. He's in a QB battle right now. I say that much. I still believe in him. But
I was all right, that's on order. Yeah, we all talk football in a second, so I'm gonna get I got a tough division with QB. I want to ask this, so we gonna talk football, and we'll get back to we'll close out with the NBA. We're a week away from the combine. And obviously all this talk, there's a lot of talk about QBs moving around the league. And you keep hearing stuff about the Rams. We're here in LA, and obviously we're hearing a lot of Rams talk about them not bringing back Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford has 2 years, $58 million left on his contract, Nick. What?
Mm-hmm.
There's zero guarantee, Mark. Zero guarantee. You keep hearing the Giants because I think his brother-in-law just got hired on the coaching staff there. You hearing Knicks Raiders. There's no way. And then I'm reading stuff now. I don't know how true it is. It could be Sean McVay's ego, but they were saying something. I read something yesterday on Instagram saying that how they believe Jimmy Garoppolo could be a starting, could be the bridge quarterback.
Yeah, okay.
Let's start with our resident Raiders fan. What do you make of these rumors about y'all being favored against Stafford?
I mean, shit, he's better than our other options. If we got to give up a whole bunch of capital to get him up over there, why not? And then that makes our lives easier because that means we don't have to draft a quarterback in the first round if we don't want to, and we get them drafting somebody in the second or the third round if they're available, or should just wait till next year. All according to what's going on. Whatever upgrades our quarterback position, I'm with it.
All right. Rob, what you think about the possibility of Matthew Stafford leaving? Rob, Coach, what you think about the possibility of Matthew Stafford leaving the Rams?
To retire. I don't see him really leaving out to go to another team.
Possibly they talking about him getting traded, or maybe because he wants to get another contract. He wants one more contract. He got zero guaranteed money on his deal with the Rams right now.
We talking about a backup. I ain't gonna be. I ain't gonna be too disrespectful, but Matthew Stafford definitely deserve a starting role in this league. To the Raiders, I agree with my man. I keep Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't see Matthew Stafford making that much of a difference. I feel as though the pieces that he had with Cooper Kupp and Puka, they were just dumb niggas at the time. With Cooper Kupp at first and then Puka coming along at the end. So Matthew Stafford, I feel as though he getting up there with age, can't get out the pocket like he used to. That's why I was bringing up retirement, because I felt as though his contract need to be retired.
All right, Mark, what you think about Matthew? You're the Bulldog possibly being on the move, man.
I think that's dumb for the Rams to do. I agree. Going into last year, everybody said that the Rams was going to be a rebuild for you. Nobody expected to make the playoffs. Receivers was hurt, and they still, on the arm of Matthew Stafford got there, and damn near beat Philly.
They really did.
I think he probably got a couple more good years in him. But if the Rams don't want to pay him, I understand why they want to get rid of him. I can understand him not want to pay him because, like Coach D said, he getting up there age.
I understand it, but if you're the Rams, you obviously like. I heard DeMarco Farr say this the other day on the radio because obviously he's a former Rams Super Bowl champion and he was been calling the Rams games even when they was still in St. Louis before they came back here to the city, and he just named all the pretty much all the quarterbacks that he pretty much got to see. Obviously, as an analyst for the Rams, he he brought up obviously post. This is all post Kurt Warner, Mark Bolger era, where it was guys like Fitzpatrick, your boy Fitzpatrick, Austin Pettis, Kellen Clemens. Obviously, they drafted Sam Bradford, Nick Foles, and then eventually, they had Case Keenum, and then they eventually moved up to get Jared Goff. And also, we know how Goff was that first year under Jeff Fisher, and then what he looked like after he got with McVay, and now you got Stafford. You don't want to be in QB purgatory in a division like the NFC West. Obviously, we don't know what's going to happen with the Niners. Sound like Debo's on his way out. Obviously, they still got to pay Brock Purdy. We don't know what's the health really going to be like in the future for Christian McCaffrey. But if you got a quarterback, and I know this as a Broncos fan, it took us 10 years to find Peyton's replacement. You don't want to go another, especially like Mark was saying, everyone thought this was supposed to, like the last 2 years was supposed to be the rebuild years for the Rams, and they ended up making the playoffs. And in this case, they were one touchdown away from playing on Championship Sunday. But if I was the Rams, and I think they could get something done, and eventually he'll retire as a Ram. Rob, you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here. I'm on the mood though.
All right. Okay. What'd you make of this situation with Matthew Stafford?
It's crazy because that last point you made is the wildest point to me. Like that's they claim to fame right now. That's the only team that kept it close with the Eagles the whole playoffs. So if that's the case, if you chasing the Eagles in the NFC, how you getting rid of the quarterback that had you 6 points away? I don't see it. If they do trade him, it's gonna have to be a flip for like some similar shit to what they traded for him. If they could get 2 firsts, all right, I'm not turning that down.
Yeah, they ain't getting that.
Like if they could get y'all number 6 pick and fuck around and take Shador and be out there, now, all right, now we talking.
There was talk
that ain't gonna work.
The Giants be stupid enough to trade the number 3 pick for Matthew Stafford.
They done lost their damn mind.
And
I would do that.
Knowing by their history, there's no way they'd be that stupid. But they let Saquon walk to you guys, so I can't put anything dumb past the Giants. But I would just think you're in a position to get a quarterback to put them in league neighbors. You go and draft them unless you are really, really not sold on Cam and Shador. And that's why I asked a good question right there. Who are y'all? Who if your team needed a QB, and so far it's the only one right now that is in that predicament right now, until we see what happens at the combine and free agency. But if you were drafting either Cam Ward or Shador, which one are you taking? I'll start with you, Nick.
I'll probably take Shador. I'm not really too sold on Cam Ward. But in the same aspect, Shador hasn't really won no big games. And it's like, I don't know. They both have their flaws. Neither one of them are like oh yeah. Like I don't expect neither one of them to continue the trend of like CJ Stroud to Jaden Daniels. I think that streak stops this year unless something drastic happens. I don't see either one of them doing something like that, making that type of run for their team to push them like at least in the playoff contention. But I'll probably take Shador because I like Shador's arm more than Cam Ward's.
I feel like Shador more accurate.
Rob, who you taking?
Shador more accurate, but Cam Ward got a better arm than me. I ain't gonna lie. I wanted to see more from Cam Ward going down the stretch of the season. That Georgia Tech loss, y'all like hurt me, but Colorado had a loss, y'all like that too, where they couldn't get in the college football playoff. I'm gonna go with Cam Ward. Just because in 2025
What
you got to be able to escape that pocket. These blitzes they sending these defensive linemen is running 4-3, 4-4. Cam Ward got the mobility with him. He can move. I take Cam Ward on the edge.
I ain't mad at that.
I feel as though my shit about to break up. I'm gonna go with Cam Ward. Cam Ward, I think he got a better spiral. I like his arm. I hear you about Shador Sanders. He got a nice deep ball, but I think Cam Ward got a nice little spiral, a better little Michael Vick little spiral ball going on.
I wonder how Cam Ward would look if he would have had Travis Hunter.
I think Cam does probably have the better arm, but that's true.
Facts.
That's true.
Cam has some good receivers over there.
The number 7 little white boy was tough.
Cam has some decent weapons over there.
Yeah,
I think it's all preference.
But it was some V weapons.
Cam was more athletic, and Shador is more of a pocket passer. Say it again, Nick.
Nah, he said they had about that nigga's Travis Hunter is the weapon.
You're right. And I want to talk about that. So there's talk about, obviously, nobody really knows who's going number one. Obviously, you think the Titans would want to go QB and not go back to Will Levis, but then you're hearing they might trade the number 1 pick. They did that in 2016 with the Rams, and that's how the Rams ended up getting Jared Goff. But obviously, they got so many spots they need to fill on the roster. If you were the Titans GM, what would you pick instead of taking one of these QBs? I'll start with you, Rob.
Yeah, I would feel like the Titans should trade that pick because it ain't no clear-cut number 1 pick this year. If you had a clear number 1 that you felt comfortable about, then I'd go with them. But the top 2 quarterbacks,
are you saying like number 1 pick or quarterback?
Number 1 right now. So if I'm the Titans, the thing is the Titans they GM they front office ready to flip this because when they traded that number 1 pick and they ended up getting Goff, I can't even remember who they ended up with. So they got to be able to flip the what they get for into something, or it ain't gonna be worth shit. But I'm gonna definitely say they need to trade it though, cause ain't no clear cut.
Facts.
All right. What you do if you're the Titans?
If I'm the Titans, I'm trading that pick because if you look at it like this, dog. If you're trying to build right now, which they need to, you got the number 1 overall pick. You technically already have a quarterback. He's only been there. This is only his 2nd year this happened, or his 1st year.
Who?
But he should
it's either 2nd or 3rd.
GM.
No, it's about to be Will Levis' 3rd year, right?
This is 2nd year. This
is
going to be Will Levis' 3rd year.
Okay. So look.
It's going to be Will Levis' 3rd year.
So look. You can think about it like this: he didn't have good coaching beforehand. He's had little spurts of games where he looked like if he had some coaching, he would be okay. You have a running back over there already. Tony Pollard, hey, he ran for like 1,200 this year with a terrible quarterback, with a terrible quarterback play they had this year. I mean, shit. Look, you get him a who's their coach right now?
Brian Callahan,
Tennessee.
yeah, the coach
Brian
Brian Callahan, the
Callahan.
former O-line coach with the Bengals.
Oh Lord. Um, yeah, I would trade
Bill
that pick.
Callahan's son.
I know. I know who he is.
That's a dude from Tommy Boy, right?
Hey, relax,
No,
fam.
that's a no, that's no, that's no. Maybe that was that's crazy. I didn't think about that. The reference.
But yeah, I would trade that
I
pick
think it's
if
great because
not.
obviously they got a lot more holes to fill than quarterbacks.
Hmm? Yeah, honestly, when you have a quarterback in a rookie deal, you should do like how these other teams have been doing. Like you go all in. You see what your all right. For example, they was like the Eagles like all right, with Jalen Hurts. Let's get him let's get him another weapon up over here to go with Devontae Smith. You make the trade coincidentally with the Titans to get AJ Brown, one of the stupidest trades I've seen in years. But you get AJ Brown up over there. Now, now
One
what
of the
you
most
do
viral
now
moments in
is,
sports history.
yeah, for sure.
One of the
Now
most
you
viral
you can
moments in
and
sports history.
then now you can go ahead and invest in everything else because your quarterback is still under a rookie contract. So now it's easier to get uh better talent up over there because you can afford them. Let's say, for example, you got free agency comes around, you're able to afford to get the big time free agents up over there, or make the trades to get these type of players, or even re-sign players to keep them up over there because you have to pay your quarterback yet. So that's why these teams like that's what I think they should do with Will Levis. If you honestly feel from their perspective, they honestly feel like this guy can be our quarterback of the future, and maybe he just needs better talent around him in order to help progress his growth as a quarterback, which is nothing wrong with that. History has shown that's worked. And it's especially if you get them a receiver who's worth a damn. Prime example, look at Josh Allen. The Bills like we need to get him a number one, and they got him a number one. They got him Diggs, and look what happened. It instantly took off, and he never looked back. Granted, this is definitely different situations and different quarterbacks involved. But maybe he just needs something like that. Get him some weapons up over there. You can use those other picks to get some defensive players up over there. Try and you got to overpay for some guys to get up over there. Something they got a lot of cap space up over there. They don't have to pay nobody. So utilize the fact you don't have to pay no quarterback for at least the next 2 years and trade that pick.
I agree. Trade the pick, especially if you can trade to like the Giants, who got the third pick, who might want to move up,
Mm-hmm.
or one of these other teams. Like you said, you can get a what's the end rusher from
Abdul Carter.
yeah, you can get somebody
Yeah.
like that. And if you move down to the third pick, what I'm saying, you still have a chance to get him. Or you can
Mm-hmm.
afford from Arizona.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Get somebody up over there for him.
I would trade that pick because it's too many like John was saying, it's too many spots that the Titans need to get better at.
Yeah.
And it's not one defender maybe besides Abdul Carter, like game changer who will change the dynamic of the team.
That's
Mm-hmm.
why I think what happens with Myles Garrett is going to be very interesting. The combine on Thursday.
He should be in Buffalo.
That is going to probably be Myles Garrett watch because every team's going to see Andrew Berry at the combine, and they're gonna make their offers. There's no excuse. I was when me and Terrell did a wrestling pod the other day. Our folks over at That's Freaking Wrestling, Matt and his wife Rhodesia, they're Lion fans, and I told them if y'all get Myles Garrett over there, I mean the NFC gonna be that's a problem for that's going to be a problem for the NFC North badly, but definitely a problem in the NFC just to have obviously a guy who's a former defensive player of the year right there wreaking havoc with Aiden Hutchinson. Go ahead, Nick.
I just thought of something extremely diabolical that I would absolutely hate because the team is in our division.
Which is
When is George Karlaftis' contract up?
Oh shit.
he's on his rookie deal. I think this is what he was on. I think he's going to be his 4th year, and I think he got a 5th-year option.
So basically, after this season, he'll have to get paid, right? So you
Pretty
offer
much.
him and a first, and possibly a second or another first for Myles Garrett. Does Cleveland say no? You still get a great young pass rusher and 2 extra first round picks. And then Kansas City gets Myles Garrett with Chris Jones. And then the whole AFC is officially trash.
That might be a nice move right there. That might be a nice. Kansas City need to make a move now, and I feel like they don't never get no free agents like that. Like the big time free agents don't be going to Kansas City for some reason. They might need to make a trade.
Yep.
All right, so
Demographics. Nobody ever want to go sign up over there in that cold.
This is going to be Karlaftis' 4th year, and I don't see. And I'm assuming they picked up. They're going to pick up his 5th-year option probably the next couple of months. So he's getting 3.
Not if he gets traded.
Obviously, still on a rookie deal. Huh?
Not if he gets traded, John. I'm telling you.
There's someone. No, I don't think they're going to. I mean, they probably will. I mean, if you get Myles Garrett, I mean, George Karlaftis is good, but he ain't great. I mean, let's be real. He's a good pass rusher. He's a good player to have on your front seven, but let's be clear. Myles Garrett is a game wrecker.
Yep. That's why I get them 2 first round picks.
What?
Look, you got to think about it like this. If he already going to get ghost anyways, get a good pass rusher still and get the 2 first round picks. Just pay the young pass rusher because he's still putting in work. He's not going to put in Myles Garrett work, of course, but at least you're still going to have a pass rusher on your team. You go from having elite top tier pass rusher to having a good pass rusher. That's still cool. It's better than no pass rush.
I agree. I'm gonna go find. I'm looking for this list right now. It's from the Ian Rappaport from NFL Network. It's a list. He has a list. By the way, speaking of, while I'm getting this list, Rob is an Eagles fan. So we've had Eagles fans on the show recently. Our crew from Philly been on our girl Tyre. Get your thoughts, man. How would you feeling seeing your boys just pretty much? And I'm gonna be clear. Full disclaimer, I had the Chiefs before the season win the Super Bowl. That's why I didn't pick them. Mark didn't pick them. Nick picked them, but Nick was the only one out of us that went the extra mile to predict what happened on Super Bowl Sunday was gonna happen.
Okay.
So
yeah.
So let me ask. So from an Eagle fan, was you shocked that it was that much of an easy work, or what was your expectations going into the game?
My expectations, I wasn't shocked, but I can't say I was surprised. Do that make sense? I wasn't
Yeah.
shocked, but I was surprised because I'm like, God damn, we cutting these boys up for real. Now coming into the game, I already thought we was gonna blow them out. I had us ending up winning the game by 10 because I thought they was gonna do some shit like they did at the end, try to come back a little bit. But I knew we was gonna get off to a fast start, just like we did last time. And I knew that number one defense was for real. I knew they was gonna give Mahomes some problems with that front four and that secondary, that rookie, them rookies. I've been bragging about them all year. DeJane and Quinion, they like that for real. And yeah, Xavier Worthy, he had his little moments or whatever, but that first half lockup, I ain't never seen nothing like that. Going back to probably, matter of fact, the last time I did see it was probably when the Seahawks played the Broncos. My fault, bro. I know you're a Broncos fan. But when the Seahawks played the Broncos and they shut them down like that,
By the
last time I
way,
did crazy shit
I
like
didn't
that.
notice that they announced this today.
Yeah,
Nolan Smith. I don't know if you saw this news, Rob. Nolan Smith played the entire second half with a torn tricep.
on Jones. Yup.
Yep.
Crazy. Still going crazy on them, though. Still winning the matchup. That's the wild part. One arm, they couldn't block that boy. Brandon Graham out there, one arm
Coach
couldn't
Garrett ain't
block
going to know.
that boy.
Oh boy.
No, he ain't going to. He better not go to the Niners.
Rams, the
Uh
most
oh.
rated,
He better
overhyped
not.
team.
Ah,
Damn.
my boy Trump's he a Niners fan. My boy Chig is a Rams fan, so they gonna be talking smack all day. But that was
But
but
yeah,
Nolan Smith playing that
for Jay,
entire second half with a torn triceps. My God, dude. And obviously Mark, he a Georgia fan, so we're talking about all these Georgia dudes forever.
yeah, yeah.
Y'all have
That's
some
the
dogs over
thing.
there. So
The
now
Eagles flipped and drafted so
what is
well. Like when they traded Carson Wentz to the Colts, they flipped that Jones in what Devontae Smith, like Jalen Carter, couple Mo Jones, some wild shit for real. Like the way they drafted,
Mm-hmm.
crazy.
so let me say this. I'm gonna ask you guys. So we know Kellen Moore is now going to the Saints, being the head coach. He just hired Brandon Stanley as the new DC. They
Sorry to hear that.
promoted within. We all remember they promoted. I think their QB coach. I people are more familiar with the guy who's in the OT, but not people was wondering should Jai win outside, like outside of the roster, the coaching staff, like y'all did with Kellen Moore and bringing in Vic Fangio to replace Kellen Moore this year. Are you cool with going with just promoting within, or you would like them to go out there and coach and probably go see what other available OCs were available instead of going with somebody that's already on staff?
Nah, I like them going with somebody on staff just because Jalen Hurts done has so many different offensive coordinators and game plans so far. It is like at least you get somebody that's it's not going to be a whole new playbook. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's seen what was successful in real time last year. And the thing with it is everything is timing. So the same way Kellen Moore could only get the Saints job is the same reason why we should have hired in-house because we didn't have enough time. Losing last year in the wild card, that gave us enough time to get somebody like Kellen Moore. But at this time, it was smarter to go in-house, less turnover.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I got a list, guys, of here's some of players who could be cut casualties as we get approaching free agency. I'm gonna give you guys. I'm gonna say, do you think they get cut or they get traded first? I'll start with one of the most obvious ones. Debo Samuel, traded.
Traded.
Definitely traded.
All right. Marshawn Lattimore,
Cut.
Cut.
Now they keeping him. I feel like the Commanders, they still trying to make a move. He coming off the hamstring. I feel like they give him another year.
Okay. This one is interesting. Cam Jordan.
He's getting cut.
I don't. You think he gets cut?
Yeah. Unless he renegotiate that contract, he about to get cut. Nobody gonna trade for him at that with the contract he has at his age, and his impact isn't the same.
Yeah.
Who that?
I think Cam Jordan. I think they restructure his contract.
Yeah.
And he'll stay.
He right now is carrying a $20.1 million cap hit.
No.
And
yeah, ain't nobody.
No. Save $11 million.
That.
They're not at his age, and nah, that's not gonna work. If it was at like 10, he probably would have had a chance. And Dub, nah.
Yo, chill.
All right.
Chill. All right, there's another one. You got more out, man. Derek Carr.
Bro's out of there.
This guy,
bro, out of there.
What quarterbacks they have?
Spencer Rattler.
Man, they're gonna find some way to restructure that contract. You can have Spencer Rattler.
Nah,
they're gonna draft somebody. Hey, they're gonna draft somebody.
Funny. Here's an interesting. Yeah, they had, I think
shit.
By the time, what are you trying to say? By the time you catch up in Super Bowl wins, Magic gonna be yo. How about
Tyler Rapp? Shots at Magic. God damn.
Hey, Ron, I don't know if you know the conspiracy theories. A lot of people out here in the city, over the world, think he really don't have AIDS or HIV.
I saw him giving blood one time.
What was his name?
I hate this dude, man.
Hey, Mark, you heard me?
Yo, Nick, you good?
Yeah, Nick, I heard you.
Oh,
that's why. What about Tyler Rocket, Nick?
Y'all on board? Y'all on bullshit.
Who?
All right, here you go. What about Tyler Rocket? Tyler Rocket.
Tyler Lock is going to get cut, and it's like and I think he already knows that he is. He's going to go to a team that is good, that needs a reliable receiver. He does not. He's not going to be your number one. He may not even be your number two. He's a very reliable number three.
You mean like somebody in the division, like the Rams?
Yeah. No, he'll be a number two over there because Cooper gonna be gone, so he'll be number two.
That's a fact. That'd be a nice spot.
No, one they tight end.
That's crazy.
Rob, this one for you. James Bradbury or Darius Slay?
Oh, Bradbury's cut. Get him up out of here.
Bradbury definitely gone. Slay, I can see a trade for Slay.
Yeah, they're not needed no more.
But the thing is, though, ain't Slay a free agent?
I think so. They're not needed no more.
I feel like they're gonna let him go.
When it comes to pre-June 1st releases, that means their best bets for saving will be to designate at least one post-June 1st cut, and arguably the most viable options are James Bradbury or Slay. Designate either quarterback, such as a result, saving them $4 to $5 million in cap space. Bradbury will probably be the stronger choice. He missed all of 2024 with injury and posted the third highest passer rating allowed at 112.1 by a cornerback.
That nigga's sorry. He is sorry.
I feel like they gonna let Slay go.
They didn't say the contract, but they said y'all would say about $4 or $5 million releasing him.
Yeah, I feel like they gonna let Slay go in free agency. and they gonna end up using that money to sign Zach Brown.
Yeah, I gotta pay him.
Yeah,
Y'all gotta pay him.
Yeah,
That nigga was balling. They gotta pay him. He can't leave. Hey, look,
All right, so
that
let's go
nigga
over to
can't
the
leave the
AFC.
building.
Obviously, this is a name that nigga was on here. Devontae Adams or Adam Lazard?
Devontae Adams is getting cut because he was on over there for Aaron Rodgers.
that's a fact. And I hate that for him. I don't know why
What
he
about
keeps
Kelce?
trying to tie his career to Aaron Rodgers. It's dumb shit.
Because he a doofus.
Hey, Rob. Darius Slay got one more year on his contract.
One more year?
He'll still be there. Unless they cut both of them.
What about Travis Kelce?
Nigga, he ain't going nowhere. Next.
Travis Kelce.
He's not going nowhere.
I don't see him cutting Slay neither. So they will have to
Here's
trade.
an interesting one. I didn't know this dude could be a possibility of getting cut. Mark Andrews.
Yeah, after dropping that pass in the playoffs, him and Justin Tucker gone. Matter of fact,
but yeah, Justin Tucker was too busy hanging out with Deshaun Watson.
Nah, for real.
Justin Tucker got something about a rubbing tugs.
Hey, the worst thing that could happen for Mark Andrews was what's his name? Was likely balling with the Ravens. That was the worst thing that could happen to him because it made him expendable.
Right.
That was the worst thing that could have happened.
Joey Bosa.
Hey, my phone about to die, y'all. I gotta get out of here. But
You up out of here?
Y'all for having me.
All right.
My phone about to die, but I got to dip.
Tell them where they can follow you.
Yes, sir.
Tell them where they can follow you, Rob. Tell them where they can follow you before you go.
_ facts and stats on the gram. Facts and stats with an N in the middle on YouTube. Everybody tap in. I appreciate Sports4U. Take care, y'all.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate it.
Hey, when we post this, add them so they can.
I got him. Yeah, so you're right, Nick, about likely pretty much did make Mark Andrews expendable. So I think they were more likely to trade him because I think they can get some value.
Like what?
I mean,
hold on.
Probably get first get like a third. You got in the third round, so you get a third. You get like a fifth.
Do they do a deal with the devil?
I think you probably get four.
Third or conditional, whatever.
John.
But here's another.
John.
What's up?
They do a deal with the devil?
Yo, that's funny.
I think that would you? If Kansas City calls you about Mark Andrews, do the Ravens make that? Do the Ravens make that call?
Yes, I think you just gonna. I mean, because there's a good possibility if y'all release him, he walks right to Kansas City.
No, that nigga and Kelsey, that'd be crazy. Or Kelsey retired.
And they got another good tight end, nigga named Gray.
Noah Gray. Yep.
What about Joey Bosa?
Oh, he's out of there. He's done for. They're cutting him for sure.
Sam Hubbard or Sheldon Rankins?
Probably Sheldon Rankins.
Because they gotta pay. Because we know what the Bengals gotta do this offseason.
Nigga, they got to figure out something.
Hey, this one gonna make Mark happy. Von Miller.
Cut.
Joe ass on a boat.
That brother. Hey, Mark.
This was gonna be this one's this kind of I can see this one even though he got hurt. Dude. Huh?
Hey, if y'all cut that nigga, he taking the whole route out. You know that, right?
You think he go to Kansas City?
Yep. He gonna take the whole route.
Yeah, he'd be a hoe definitely going there.
Hey, that nigga be the ultimate hoe.
I think he going to Denver and retire Bronco.
Well, he's always gonna be well. What about Christian Kirk? I think he's gonna get cut. He just got that.
Christian Quirks.
The crazy part about Christian Kirk, he was about to get traded, and we had that. Huh?
You said
Christian.
You said
Yo, what?
oh, nope.
What'd you say?
I pray nobody heard what this no nonsense Negro just said. Please tell me he did not. He did not just say that, right? He did not just say that, right? Oh, no, that's hard. He did not just say that, right? This is evil, dog. He'll get a year older, he's still like ignorant, man.
This nigga going crazy.
I cannot repeat that on SEC on YouTube Airway.
I didn't hear nothing, dog. I don't know what you're talking about.
I hate Mark. Mark, you
Oh yeah. Hey, my nigga about to get a paragraph later.
Unfortunately, I didn't want to hear it.
Well, you didn't, never nigga said, yeah, the Lakers,
Relax.
hey. Nigga said, yeah, how the Lakers over there, the Lakers play the ball, right?
Yeah, let's play the ball, right? Yeah, play good.
Hey, y'all niggas is funny, dog.
I'm in tears, dog. Hold on.
I'm not repeating that. I'm repeating what this Negro just said.
John, I'll pay back for that Ray Carew joke you made.
Me? Man, this ain't gonna lie win.
The Ray Carew joke is crazy.
Doing me for something he said.
That's crazy.
All right,
man. Yeah. Von Miller. He going back to. Oh, you said Christian Kirk. Huh?
Christian Kirk.
Yo.
Yeah. Christian Kirk cut. There you go cut. There you go cut Christian Kirk.
Yeah, somebody gonna get cut already.
They gonna cut Christian Kirk.
This is nasty, man.
Who?
Alex Kappa.
Oh. All right. Order the court.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Put yourself in contempt.
Y'all niggas all right?
This dude, he's the one saying dumb shit.
All right, man. My bad. That's my bad, Joe. I fucked up.
I got a couple more, Nick.
That was hate. Go. Braden Smith. Braden, who? The from the Colts. Yeah, the right. Yeah, that nigga's nice. I hope they cut him. No, actually, yeah. No, I'm cool. Hey, John. I've been hearing I've been hearing the dark horse rumor about us and Colton Miller.
What, y'all gonna trade Colton Miller?
Nah, they like, nigga, this nigga on it. They like, not yet, but they basically like, this nigga's on his last leg over there.
He probably is.
And I'm like, wow, that's crazy.
Yo, you all right?
This nigga's crazy.
He really is. What about Danico Autry?
Man, I wish the Raiders could have kept him. He was nice with us too. He might get cut, yeah.
Yeah, so I think a lot of this stuff going down starting Thursday at the combine, because
Going down for combo is crazy.
Yo, you good?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, yo, you good?
Oh well, no.
Mm-hmm.
You all right, dog?
All right, man.
He said everything's going down. He said people going down.
Hmm?
Yeah, John said people going down at the combine.
Yo, you stupid.
Pull a Michael Sam.
Something is really wrong. What up, Rico? Yo, something really wrong with Mark, man. All right, let's go back to the NBA right quick. So Kevin Durant did his interview the other day with Malika, and he basically was talking about why he didn't want to get you back to Golden State. It had nothing to do with Golden State. He just tried to see things through with the Suns. And Steve came to his defense. Yo, Tig, relax.
Yo,
Why is somebody mentioning Michael Sam in this chat?
why did he say that? Why has this showed up?
That's why I took him so long to get in the Hall of Fame. Come on, style steadies, like, whoa, Nessa.
Hmm? Wow. The coincidence
Okay.
when that worked. Oh, mac and cheese.
But back to the game.
That's a sick nigga right there, dog.
He is. He is.
I'm a sick one. Okay. But anyway, KD
Double mac and cheese is crazy.
Seedings through with Phoenix. But everyone sees him getting traded in the offseason. A lot of people bring up the team we're watching right now in Houston. We talked about Dallas.
I heard this team, other team that they play in Minnesota.
I know Minnesota called about Kevin Durant. They were one of the teams that did call at the deadline about Kevin Durant.
And is this Minnesota trade one of the worst trades that we ever seen?
Right now, it's looking like it because obviously Julius Randle's been hurt. DiVincenzo has not been the DiVincenzo he was with the Knicks. And Karl Anthony Towns is probably going to be all NBA. It's definitely going to be all NBA. So what we thought was supposed to be an even trade is turned out to be one-sided. What y'all think happens with KD in the offseason?
He out of there.
Out of there.
He out of there. Only because Phoenix got the high payroll in the NBA, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they out of there.
And for some reason, Bradley Beal has a no trade clause.
Yeah, him and LeBron, the only two players in the NBA with no trade clauses.
That's crazy. The Wizards are stupid. Go ahead, John.
I think they're gonna try. Dallas gonna try their hardest to get him because Anthony Davis brought up this theory. No, hell no, Tig. No, we already don't play enough defense. We don't need another older defender. We already don't play enough defense as is.
That nigga be our second best defender. He's on. No, you can't trade Reeves
either.
Yeah, for y'all it is.
That's not.
Why not?
KD was our second best defender. Look, outside of Golden State years, when has he really ever been like a really good defender?
John, he don't have to be a good defender. He just do this. He's 7 feet tall. Just do this.
Well, he said he's not 7 feet tall. He said he's 6'11", which I still think is stupid. But you're 7 foot, dog. Accept it. Speaking of his former team, I think this conversation was heard on First Take also. What to make? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Rico, when? Is it a failure if OKC doesn't get to the finals?
No, John,
What is the
their team is
expectation
gonna
for
be
this?
good for like the next 10 years. That everybody on their team is like all their best players are under 25. They're gonna be okay.
And that's where I want to. That's where I want to go because we've seen since the KD era, they've always had these great teams, but when is it time? When are they going to eventually break through? We had the KD, Russ, and Harden era, and then obviously Harden got traded right before the season. It was the KD Russ era. We had the Russ Paul George era. Now we got the SGA and Chet era. Now I think they need a little more time because they are younger. But Sam Presti's been around all these years.
Mm-hmm.
Your own hand, like he's been around. I think he's been around probably since they've been at OKC.
Yeah, you good?
Yeah, great. But
That's hate.
what? I'm saying speak for yourself. But it's Sam. Sam Presti's put together some good rosters over his almost 2 decades with the Thunder. Drafted well.
Mm-hmm.
They've accumulated picks. Even this year, Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't get a championship, when do we start questioning Sam Presti?
Wait,
if they don't get a championship,
what the fuck is happening?
No,
what's he talking about?
Mark, relax. What'd you say, John?
Not
Wait, time out.
Does that say Lou?
I don't know who Lou is. Yeah, ask yourself that, Tig. You said it.
That is
Lou.
crazy. Now what you said, John?
When is like you start putting this pressure start going to Sam Presti? You putting together all these you're great at putting together talent. And clearly you put together teams that went to finals, that went to conference finals, but you haven't gotten the ring yet.
Okay.
When does criticism start going his way? Because it seems like the Thunder are talented underachievers.
He can't look. Here's the thing, John. As a GM, your job is to basically put together a roster that puts you in position to win. He has consistently done that for over the past 20 years, except for maybe like about 3 year span, maybe when OKC was had just traded away Paul George and Russ for those couple of years. Yes, let's not talk about 3 years, but it was expected for a fall off to happen. It wasn't expected for them to continue their success. So throughout all that, he rebuilt the team with the draft picks that he got and drafted well again. And the big three that they have right now that they should always keep together is SGA, Jalen, and Chet. They need to make sure that all three of them spend as much time in OKC together as humanly possible, because that is their trio. That is the three that can take them to the promised land. And the thing is, people got to remember this too. This is really Chet's first year, so that's what I'm saying. Like, all these players they have are extremely young, which gives you a chance to be a very good team for a long time. And they still have draft picks that they can use to make trades to get better players if needed. And since they didn't have, they don't really have players that command a bunch of money yet. Still, they have money to actually afford to pay these players when it's time to pay them. Like SGA's contract is coming up, they have enough money to afford to pay him. because they don't have no top tier free agents to pay and no big time person that have to pay on the roster yet.
Yep.
And then eventually Jalen's time is gonna be time for him to get paid. He's gonna end up probably being an all-star before he gets it's time for him to get his contract. And then, like you said, then there's Chet on the way. Then you got the other Jalen on the team. They got a bunch of good players on that team. And then they got Hartenstein, which I think he was a perfect pickup for them because he is balling up over there. That team is very young. I think that when Chet's third year comes around of playing, I think that's when the team itself is going to go to the next level. Because by year 3, that's usually when, if you're a rookie, you've been in the league for 2 years, you figured out what part of my game should work by this time and everything, especially when you're as talented as him. You figure out what's going on with the league, what you can do, what you can improve on, and it's like you said, by that time it's 3 years in, everybody has the film on you. Everybody knows what you're going to do. So what are you going to do to improve? What steps you take? By year 3, that's usually when people know, like, all right, this guy's going to be good, or this guy's going to have to end up drafting a replacement for him. Usually by year 3, that's when it's figured out.
Year 3 usually the breakout year for those players. You know what I'm saying? I mean, some will break out later, but normally year 3 is that year for these players.
Yeah, and historically it's shown that. Some of the greats, they're already good from rookie year, of course, but by year 3, the greats they've probably made at least 2 all-star games or, some to that extent like that. Like year 3 is like the year you're like, okay, this is the guy. So that's why I said by year 3 for Chet, I think that's when the team takes that big step and they'll still have their big 3 under contract on the team. Because by that time, I think Jalen will just starting to get paid. He'll be getting paid around that time. And SGA will already have his money. So, that's it. And, they still got Dort over there. I think I need him to stop shooting the ball so damn much and go back to playing defense, but he still plays defense at a high level. So, their team is very well put together. So and the thing is, it's not even just the fact that they have talent on the team; they have the right talent that complements their main talent. It wasn't just a bunch of not like that, John. It wasn't like how y'all was. Like y'all had a bunch of talented players, but none of them their games complemented each other.
Right.
It was too many ISO guys up over there. All these guys that they drafted, they're good players, but all their games complement each other. And at the end of the day, all their games complement SGA's game. So SGA doesn't have to be a guy that has to put up like 50 points a game in order for this team to win. A 35-point night is a crazy night for him. So that's how it works for them. And the entire team plays defense. So they're drafting very, very good players. That's why I said if you enjoy basketball, watching them is a team. That's a team I would suggest watching. They still shoot the threes, yes, but they still play basketball the way that we used to like watching.
Yep.
Yeah. So let's also obviously I'm talking about my squad, but I think people need to stop overreacting what they're seeing from Luka. Just doing it. I'm giving him a lot of grace because one, dude ain't played ball in 2 months. Let's be real. He got to get himself. You had a calf strain. Clearly, when you think calf strain, the first thing you fear is you might tear your Achilles. And he has to get himself back in somewhat basketball shape. Number 2, he didn't ask to get traded. He found out in the middle of the night like the rest of us. Imagine you finding out your job relocated, that you're getting relocated from your job at midnight while you and your family just bought a brand new house. Nick, you can understand this because the transition you made.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Playing
Relax.
football, dog. Relax.
Oh,
Them niggas there ruin that word. That's fucked up. But go ahead.
Yeah. Basically, he has to uproot his family, and you're going through
Mm-hmm.
this, and you're dealing with this right now about
Mm-hmm.
from one state to another pretty much on the fly because your owners were basically this is real. The owners were cheap. They didn't want to get it's their choice. They don't want to give him 300 million. That's their choice. But now he
Mm-hmm.
but now he's not going to see that money ever again because even if he signs with us and we got to August 2nd to sign him to an extension, he can only get up to 220 million. Let's say the
Yeah, he
Lakers
lost
decide
on
to
like
trade him.
like
It's the
110.
same thing there. That money is gone. I mean, he
Mm-hmm.
got endorsements with Jordan and all this other stuff, but that money is gone. That ain't never coming back. What up, 504? That ain't never, ever coming back. And
Uh,
350 to be exact. 350.
Oh,
No, that's 350.
three titties.
not all three of them.
Oh,
I think it's okay.
Three. Oh, okay. All right.
John, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm saying like I'm amazed by LeBron. Clearly, this dude 40. He's dealing with this ankle injury, and he became the first player to have at age 40 to have multiple 40-point games in the season. Multiple
Mm-hmm.
40-point games.
It don't matter. Jordan scored 40 first.
Yeah, but LeBron did it twice in the last two. That did it twice since he just turned 42 months ago. He already did it. He already did that twice.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not Jordan. He didn't do it. He's not Jordan.
I don't know. Who cares? No, the
All right,
Lakers gave him
John.
$100 million endorsement. I know what I'm saying there, Nick. I know what type of heat I'm invoking.
The
The
nigga
Lakers
gonna start
gave him
appearing.
$100 endorsement, but he ain't get 100. But that still don't make up the fact that he lost $150 million tax free.
Oh yeah, because them California taxes different than Texas taxes.
Yeah, there is no state tax in Texas.
They don't know.
This dude
That nigga gonna figure that shit out fast. He gonna be like, that nigga start talking like Giannis.
pretty much.
Hey, was that racist?
No, they're both are. Well, Giannis is Greeks. Okay, never mind.
You said Greeks suck it.
Greeks.
I
He called a nigga sleek Greek.
No, they call him what they call
a sleep Greek is crazy.
No, what they call Giannis? What do Giannis call himself? A Greek freak? That's wild.
That is crazy. LeBron is better off Messi. Oh,
what the heck did you just say?
LeBron is better off Messi. Luka. This don't look wrong.
Yo, what's wrong? Yo, what's wrong with this dude right now, man? I didn't even look. It's gonna take some time. Isn't that gonna be the year? Look, the Lakers ain't win the championship this year. Look, getting out of the first round would be a success, but they don't look. You traded defense for offense, and that usually doesn't always acute to success.
So when you trade D, so you can get an O. That don't mean success.
No, you can't get to the O. You know what I'm saying? But no, you cannot trade. Yo, stop saying that. What up, KC? By the way, programming note. Tomorrow, Sports4U will be on the KC Sports Show tomorrow. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. So make sure y'all tune in to the KC Sports Show. We're going to be on there with our guy KC tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yo, y'all niggas sickos.
Nick, you hear him over here?
Yeah. Hear me? I don't know. Tig. Yeah,
good looking. Appreciate it.
Shout out to everybody who wished Mark a happy birthday on Wednesday. I'm glad you had to able to celebrate. Shout out. I hope you told Juju we said that squad loves her over here at Sports4U.
I definitely relayed that message.
Definitely. So shout out. Got the W over Michigan State.
Oh man, you know, hey, look, you know how that go. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I was there. I almost bought me a Juju jersey.
Hey, was Jamie? Jamie?
Jamie was there too. I didn't know until I left.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, dog. I almost got me a Juju jersey.
Hell yeah, she the truth.
Is a high commodity.
What things?
Her jersey.
Oh shit.
John.
Yeah.
Hey, this nigga John. Yo.
Yo, this Negro Tig. By the way, Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo are injured.
Hold hands.
Why they match? Why they matching?
They hold hands.
Yo, that's crazy. Yo, Tig, you're a wild individual. But let's get to calling out names. So time for the final segment of the night.
I think Cheryl Miller was there too.
Yeah, I know she was at the UCLA game. She said, "Sorry,
yeah, she said courtside." Yeah.
Was not like there. Michael right there.
Nothing.
He said she's eating monkey.
Yo,
who eat monkey? Cheryl Miller.
Yup.
I can't stand these dudes. All right, let's get to calling out names. And I got
she probably more pussy than Reggie.
I do. All right, we'll see. Okay.
Mark, you heard me?
What happened?
She probably get more pussy than Reggie do.
Yo, Nick, you're wild. That's a wild statement, dog.
Original what?
Relax.
I think I'm about to say that.
Y'all wild. All right, so I need to call out Kenyon Martin. Kenyon Martin. This dude is just nasty, man.
I think it's hilarious.
Us, okay. All right. So recently, a clip from him on No Chill with Gil resurfaced on IG, and I want y'all to hear what Kenyon Martin had to say about Hoopers from LA.
LA Hoopers are soft.
It's just the stigma
from?
outside of here, Midwest, down south,
Chicago,
East Coast,
New York.
How other places play the game. In comparison, y'all built on skill. Most dudes got backyards. Some of these dudes grew up with both parents in the household. Their mom got a decent job. Their dad got a decent job. You motherfucking got a backyard with a palm tree in it or a fucking lemon tree or orange tree in it, and you motherfucking decide to go gangbang.
What's wrong with citrus?
Right? So this is the thing. So
about.
it's a different street element than growing up in New York and growing up in Chicago or growing up rock. It's a different element.
Tatum plays like he's from Los Angeles. Hold on. The style he plays will be considered soft.
Let me go first. All three of us are from LA. All three of us have seen many high school legend ballers come through these LA streets. Kenyon Martin's from Detroit, but grew up in Texas. And that had to be the dumbest quote I've ever heard. I hate this perception everybody wants to put on people from LA. If you're not hood enough, you're too Hollywood. If you're Hollywood, don't get me started. I want to get us canceled. This is from a dude who had his son playing at a prep school here. For those who don't know, his son KJ Martin, who played in the NBA, played at Sierra Canyon, where one Bronny James has played, where one Scottie Pippen Jr. has played, where Marvin Bagley has played. But all of a sudden, LA playing. You grew up in LA, you were soft playing ball. You were soft. Because Gilbert played in the Valley, because Nick Young played in the Valley. I don't think they were soft. They just went to a school that gave them a better opportunity to hoop.
Fuck them schools.
I sucked. I'm not light skinned with curly hair. I'm dark skinned from the east side. What you saying? That was real. That opinion was really like your nickname. No value. I went to high school with Trevor Ariza, with Hassan Adams. I saw Tyson Chandler play at Dominion. One of my coaches, I grew up with Keon Kendrick. We went to the same elementary school together. What are you talking about, Kmart? LA ball players were soft. Are you sitting there with Brandon Jennings, who's from Compton? Around a bunch of dudes who grew up playing in LA. Like Hill, like Nick Young, like Brandon Jennings. So DeMar DeRozan soft? Get out of here, man. I'll let y'all have that. Stupid.
You know something, John? That's that's a perspective that a lot of people from outside of LA have about LA is they see that just because our hood areas don't look like the typical hood areas, that it's just different. Like there's people that come from areas that are like that are like very bad, and like in those areas they don't have like regular houses like how it is out in LA. You know, prime example, like off of excuse me, you go over there off of you keep going up Slauson, you go to some of these nice areas up over there, and you're like, damn, these areas is nice, but if those areas is crazy. So from outside, especially a dude like Kenyon Martin, who like you said from Detroit, they hood areas are way more grimier than ours do. So that's probably why the perspective of that is going on. But to say that
But he grew up
about
in
the
Texas.
ballers is ridiculous because you look at the NBA, some of the best ballers in the NBA are from LA. Like, you just really look at it.
I, I'm not going to say they. I'm not going to say that hoods look grimier than ours. If you really go to some of these hoods deep inside the hoods out here, there's
Hmm.
some shit niggas like I'm not going down there. I'll go for what's down there.
I challenge you to go to St. Andrews. Go to Green Meadows.
Nope.
No.
Go to Derby. Go to Rogers Park. Go to Athens.
Mm.
There's more than just Palisades, Malibu, Culver City, Kmart.
Hmm.
There's more than Playa del Rey and Marina del Rey. And me and Mark went to Westchester. Like the dude who just got here. And you'd have been here long enough to know. Because you were able to put yourself in a better situation. Don't down the fact that there were some people who didn't have the opportunity. Brandon Jennings
Hmm.
had the opportunity like Brandon Jennings to go to Dominguez and then go to Oak Hill.
Mm-hmm.
DeMar DeRozan played at Compton. No one had the
Hmm.
opportunity like Young to go play at Cleveland. Or Gil played, where did Gil go? In Gorfield?
No.
He went to Grant. He went to Grant.
Grant.
He was Grant.
Drew Holiday playing at Campbell. Come on now. Aaron Aflalo with the
Shit.
Centennial. What are you saying?
Russ with the Lusinger. James Harden went to Artesia.
Right.
It's just like I don't know. It's just that falls back into niggas don't fuck with the West Coast. That falls back into that category.
And you grew up in Texas, dog. So you come on, man. You grew up in Dallas. Come on. You don't hear us
Yeah,
down in dude in Texas.
they sport is football.
Come on now.
Hey, John, I'm not saying he right, but what Nick was saying is correct too. That's
Right.
But it's not just with basketball. A lot of
Hmm.
people feel like that with football too.
Well, we saw
Yep.
about Mike Patton. Mike Patton, he missed it, but I'm gonna play it again. So those who didn't hear it, here's what Kenyon Martin had to say about ball
LA
players
Hoopers are
growing up
soft.
in Los
It's
Angeles.
just
Like, where
it's
would that
just the
come from?
stigma outside of here, Midwest, down south, East
Chicago,
Coast,
New York.
how other places play the game. In comparison, y'all built on skill. Most of you got backyards. Some of these dudes grew up with both parents in the household. They mom got a decent job. They dad got a decent job. You motherfucking got a backyard with a palm tree in it or a fucking lemon tree or orange tree in it, and you motherfuckers decide to go gangbang.
What's wrong with citrus?
Right? So this is the
what
thing.
you talking
So
about.
it's a different street element than
don't know
growing up
what-
in New York and growing up in Chicago or growing up rock. It's a different element.
Tatum plays like he's from Los Angeles.
Soft
Hold on,
ass.
the style he plays will be considered soft.
Lemon tree next door. What you trying to say?
I got a lemon tree and gangbang.
Come on, man. I live on the east side. What are you trying to say? Thank you, Mike. King is wrong. There's all kinds of scenarios of different. Come on, man.
Yeah, I just don't like that, but unfortunately, that's the stigma that comes with being in LA.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That was I want to pump. Oh, I'm like, come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, LA produced like Kenneth said, LA, and I may even include the Valley in there.
Right.
LA and the
Yeah.
Valley produced dogs. Like you have real life hoopers that come out of the county of LA. You know what I'm saying? From every corner, dog. Like, yeah, we have to stop that. But again, that's just that's just the perception from the outside.
Hey, LA got
There'll be a lot of stuff said on Twitter.
MVPs and Defensive Player of the Years, all that stuff that came from over here. Like, come on, man.
Oh yeah,
Like, that's crazy.
Man, you talking game bang? I mean, not every baller who game bang made a league. We know the legend of Super Crip.
Yep,
Hey,
for sure.
And shout out to my guy J Mac, who trained one of the guys we watching now that's playing in the NBA.
Right, boy Jason McKinney. He trained Tyron Easton from the Houston Rockets.
And Juju.
And trained Juju Watkins.
Mm-hmm.
What are we talking about, man? That's all I got for calling on names. Mark, Nick, I give y'all the floor.
I got John called out names because of the rate that was crazy.
What the heck is going on in this world?
I don't think I'm ever gonna forgive John for that. That was disturbing. So
yeah, like you said.
That's funny.
Yeah, and that's it. This dude is just insane. Putting somebody calling out names for somebody else's sins is wild. Mike says players in football and basketball come in mostly from 4 states: Texas, Georgia, Florida, and Cali. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
It's rare you get like a dude from outside those 4 states. Like you might get someone from Louisiana, you might get somebody from Mississippi or Tennessee or South Carolina or North Carolina, obviously.
But Ty Lawson still playing.
Yo, you all right?
Oh my bad.
Nigga, you said Ty Lawson?
But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this dude played for the Rockets.
Dude, he really just said dude look like Ty Lawson. I don't remember where is Ty Lawson. He playing overseas.
Nigga,
Right
Ty Lawson is at home.
Maybe he can go coach North Carolina. He ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, white.
Hey.
No, I don't think so.
Hey, nigga, him and Raymond Felton watching the game right now.
Fat Ray?
Raymond Felton on 8 couch.
Yo, that they called him Fat Ray is just crazy. It's crazy. He's
Alicia Clark is from Tennessee. Brandon Rapp is from.
No, I got it. If I'm not mistaken, they dated back in high school. Yeah, shout out to Mike Patton. He just interviewed Alicia Clark on his podcast, and he got an interview with Lexi Brown. He was telling me about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, obviously he got the first interview since he got traded. I'm still tripping off that hurt he played in Seattle.
Lucky.
Nick, you got anybody for calling them names?
No, actually, I'm cool.
Wait a minute. I don't know if I got to call no names. I just have a question.
What's up?
Why do people say?
Why do people say what?
Let me get my thoughts together before I ask this question.
Oh, what?
Why? No. It ain't nothing bad. Why do people say LeBron ruined the dunk contest?
Okay.
I have a theory behind that.
Let me. I'm not defending that take, but everyone feels because he's the biggest superstar to say no for me. That's probably what it is.
Cool. So every other superstar after that, he had control over?
No. They all decided. They all declined. But the narrative is, if Bron's not going to do it, why should we? That's the narrative.
So nobody have a money on is what they said.
Pretty much.
DeMar DeRozan stopped doing it because he said he got tired of basically he was like, are we getting judged off of the dunks or are we getting judged off the props we're using while we're dunking? Because he was just straight, he wasn't using no props.
And I understand what Jalen Rose was saying about Stephon Castle. His dunks were nice, but he should have won because he didn't use props. But I'm like, man, what Matt McClung did was just
he keep winning dunk contests and nigga month.
Well, you know, dunk contest is always in Black History.
That's crazy. They should be ashamed of themselves. This nigga done three-peated.
mean, how many white boys was him and Brent Berry? Only two white boys won the dunk contest, right? Because I don't think Tom Chambers won. Tom Chambers had
Zach
one as well.
LaVine won.
If you said
He ain't white, Nick. What's wrong with y'all?
you sure?
Is he a Don?
Is he Dom Mysterio?
No, a Don, like DAWN.
No, you wild.
A dirty ass white nigga?
I hate Mark. I really hate Mark.
Yep.
I hate Mark. Yo, Rico, Nessa, these dudes is wild, man. Oh, y'all stupid, man. Oh, man.
What about Aaron Gordon?
Aaron Gordon never won.
Oh, yeah. But he was white. He was in it.
Yo, you stupid. Now, did he ask me, yo, B, you got to chill.
Mac, what you call him last week, John?
No, I called him by his last name. That's you don't you do that. Mac McClung winning that contest. They allowed two players. Something wrong with this dude, man. Yeah, that's it.
Hey, John said that shit. Man, that shit was crazy.
No, I did not say that. That's Mark out here just always trying to perpetrate dudes' English. What? No, Nessa. We're not doing that. We're not doing that, Nessa. Yo, what the heck? Did she was trying? Yo, what the heck?
Yep.
Yo, did she put an accent on a pause at Passe?
Who left AE with Obama?
Nah, I ain't doing that, B. You got son. Who left? I don't know.
Like a dog chicken.
That's crazy. Y'all stupid, man. All right, here. You was trying to start it.
What? Hey man, y'all gotta leave the jokes alone, man.
Mariah Carey white.
We're not doing this right.
Go ahead, John.
We're not doing this. Nope. You're not going down that road. All right.
Tiny white.
Tiny white. All right, get him out of here. What the heck is wrong with this dude, man? Again, tomorrow, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, Sports4U will be on the KC Sports Show tomorrow with our guy, KC Sports. Make sure y'all check us out. You can find everything out on the KC Sports Show on Twitter and Instagram and at Sports4U Podcast on X and Instagram. We'll be there tomorrow. Our boy Cody gonna be there. Yeah, Rico, these dudes out here just wild. They out here just wilding, talking about dogs. Like, what are we doing right now? Checking dogs is insane, B. What's wrong with people? That's what Diddy said too.
What's wrong?
Yo, doing a dog. Nah, what the heck? Ain't that right?
He said it's very Drake Jones like.
I would say that's not Vince McMahon like, but we're not gonna go there.
And the third.
Nah, man.
Chill.
All
right. Again, tomorrow we're gonna be on the case.
White?
Nobody knows. I don't know. Like, hey, you've been around the show long enough to know that anything happens on a Friday. Tuesday, obviously talk more NBA and get ready for the NFL Combine. Obviously, all eyes are gonna be on the quarterbacks.
Them running the train on Facebook, crazy.
R.I.P. Miss Wallace, by the way.
Wait, Biggie mom passed?
Yeah, she passed today.
Oh shit!
And you said it. You know, Tiger's mom passed away too today. So prayers to the Wallace family.
Mike, I don't know what they tripping over there, Mike.
Yeah, you have to write in this article. Yeah, these dudes out here just wilding. But yeah, R.P. to the late great Vanetta Wallace.
You call it?
I would say Vanetta Wallace, the mother of the notorious B.I.G., passed away today at the age of 72. Some people have her at 72, 78. I don't know her age, but may she rest in peace. Obviously, we lost Afeni Shakur back in 2016, and now 9 years later, we lose Mrs. Wallace. And someone posted that clip from the MTV VMAs when they both came on stage, probably like a few months after. I think it was either a year or some time after Biggie was murdered, and they had presented Jay-Z with the best rap video VMA, whatever.
How come they didn't put that video in face?
Yo, you all right, man? You good? You good?
Crispy chicken.
Yeah, all right. Okay, now we're gonna get up out of here. Subscribe to Sports4U Podcast on YouTube. Like us on Facebook, X, and Instagram at Sports4U Podcast. Follow myself at John Watson 0984 on X and Instagram. Follow this crazy Negro at High on Mark on Instagram, High on Mark 1 on X. Follow that other crazy Negro right there at 99 Gorilla on X and Instagram. Make sure you hit us up if you want some Sports4U hoodies, crew necks, t-shirts. And
Did Jonathan a Crip?
What the Podfather is saying in the chat.
He did.
I did not.
He did.
I did not. So just a brother wearing a hoodie with blue in it. Everybody just going there. Yeah, they out here just wilding, Rico. I don't know what's wrong with people these days. But yeah, that's what we'll talk about on Tuesday. We'll talk basketball. We'll talk combine. Rico, after you and the wrestling Ready crew, Ringside Mafia, obviously Bella. Yo, I hate the crispy chicken song. Every time this dude sings it, y'all horrible people. We're horrible people. Man, get the heck out of here.
Wait, she said. Wait. Hey, Martin. Did she
would be here if that happened? That's nasty.
Hey, did she accuse John of having the broadest white beater on?
Oh, you mean like Snoop? That was R. Kelly. Oh, did you see the R. Kelly person photo? Wait. The R. Kelly no, crazy. What's with you? All right, we getting up out of here. This has been Sports4U, episode 305. I'm John. Got Mark still on a birthday high right now, or whatever. That's Nick Freeze. And the conversation,
yes, sir.
Y'all know y'all. We get up out of here. Peace.